Heidi ho, neighbor. This is Manny Moonraker, and this is episode 194 of the UFO Buster Radio News. It's Tuesday, and for many of you in the United States, it's Taco Tuesday. So you're getting your grub on right now, having some tasty, crunchy tacos of your selection, filling up your bellies. And I'm going to talk about some, science issues with aliens and shit like that. By the way, I want to thank Amy today from Spreaker for taking the time to chat with me about the podcast itself. It was good hearing from her. And you know what? As a matter of fact, here's something, and Amy, if you listen to this, you'll find this fascinating, because I really get a kick out of being able to talk to people that you want to conduct regular business with, right? Because we were talking about podcast business. We weren't talking about anything else, but the topic of UFO comes into it. Amy saw something. Her husband saw something. You can't beat this. It's crazy. People see things all the time. No matter what age it is. If you see something, you will remember this. Or you will remember that. Or you will remember those weird lights, because nothing prepares you for that. Nothing in your experience is going to prepare you for that moment when you see something that's 4.2 far. Out of this world. Come on, really. What do you do? How do you get ready for that? And that really it leads into the topic of today's news report. That is where the article is going towards. But before I get into that, don't forget to follow me on Facebook. The page is Manny Moonraker and UFO Buster Radio. On Twitter at UFO Buster Radio. And on Instagram at Manny Moonraker. And you cannot beat this topic with a stick if you tried, because you'll get probed. No doubt about that. I'm still trying to decide if that's more like Avengers or ESPN. I'm not really sure. And maybe it's 60 Minutes. I don't know. That intro for the news report is just a little weird to me. I don't know where to put it. I feel like I should have half an Avenger suit on, maybe half an Iron Man suit, and the other half a jersey. I don't know. These are the shit thoughts that come into my mind when I'm about to start talking about UFOs of all things. Freaking believable. So here's the article. In search of ET, fear of what's out there causes big split among science, space, people, community, scientists. That's right. We've been seeing as of late, the last few months, people in science are coming out of the woodwork, right? We've got astrophysicists, we got people out there, astrobiologists, People in the science community are finally sticking their neck out, ready to get it chopped, because listen, you got to have some sacrifices, right? Somebody's got to sacrifice themselves and their career and have that hashtag, dare I say it, no fucks attitude when it comes to the topic of aliens. And you know what? Folks, this is the time to have it, right? We've got people going into deep space, people who are visiting other planets in our solar system and are not planning on coming back. Hashtag Elon Musk. And he's taking a bunch of other people who are going to spend all the money they have to take a one-way trip to a planet where things will probably go extremely wrong. So why shouldn't we have this conversation right now? Why shouldn't science talk about what's going on? More importantly, this article has to do about a rift, an issue that's been brought up between SETI. And listen, we know that the people that do the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, we know that they have methods that many of us don't like. It's like they're taking the easy way out. Right? They just want to listen. They just want to look, take a peek here and there. They're like little looky-loos, like pervs. They're like science pervs, I think. I think the people at SETI, that's what they are. They're the people that when people, some people walk by, they'll look under their skirt or some shit like that. That's what they are. They're like alien science pervs, the people at SETI. And they're very opinionated. You know, they always got shit to say. But it turns out that in the San Francisco area, apparently there's been this division going on. So much so that Douglas Vakach, who used to be part of SETI, said, "Fuck you guys. I've had it with your shit. I don't want to just listen. I want to talk to the aliens." More than that, he says, we need to talk to them. What the fuck you listening for? You don't know what you're listening for. You don't even know what the hell is out there. It's a big waste of time for you just to listen. You need to send messages. And here's a quote from Douglas. He says, "Are there intelligent beings out there? We don't know. But the only way we can find out is if we look." He apparently started METI. The change, which is the M, stands for messaging. Messaging extraterrestrial intelligence. He's tired of it. He says, you know, we need to stop listening and we need to start talking. We need to start sending messages. If you identify a particular area that deserves more looky-loo into, stop looking under the damn skirt and send a goddamn message. Listen, at least that's my interpretation of it. I could be wrong. I could be. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm fucking wrong all the time. Here's another quote from Douglas. "We've always assumed that extraterrestrials were looking for us. But what if their position is, no, you are the ones who are new to this game. You send us a signal first." Yeah, that's kind of Star Trek-ish, right? Prime directive, don't fuck with them. Let them fuck with you or get into, reach the speeds of travel that get them into like light speed travel. And then, hey, you know, they're space worthy. They're out there. Let's contact them now. We'll send down Spock and he can give them the whole peace be with you bullshit. But this is kind of what he's giving us, the whole Star Trek treatment. But it's true. Think about it. Why would you fuck with people who are not going to understand you? Why would you fuck with a freaking entire different species? An entire planet of them. If they don't get where the fuck you coming from. I mean, yeah, listen, you don't have to conversations with them. Just go down and probe them. That's probably what they're thinking. We'll screw with your people. We'll fuck up your cattle. We'll just go in and test you whenever the fuck we feel like it. We don't need to talk. Let's do it quietly in between ourselves. We'll put in a little bit of mood music. You know, dim the lights. We'll probe you, test you, take a couple of your eggs, some sperm, and then we'll drop you up wherever the fuck you were going. Because we are not on the same level. But Douglas is saying we can't, the search cannot be that way. Now, what's the problem? What's the problem here? Why are these two groups so divided? Why is the split? It turns out that people at SETI have these ideas. You don't fucking know. You don't know which of these alien fuckers is going to come down and fuck up the entire planet just because they can. You have no idea who out there is evil, who out there has some crazy intent. There was one guy out of the San Francisco University, and he wrote this. And by the way, he teaches a class out there. He says, "We wonder whether the galaxy that we are in is made of dark forest or is like a dark forest where it is dangerous to scream because there are creatures out there unhappy with new life forms." This guy's name is Andrew Francois. Or, no, actually not Francois. Andrew Franknoy. Can fucking people have regular names? Can he be like Andrew Smith or Andy Smith? Make it even shorter. No, it's got to be Andrew Franknoy. God damn it all to hell. Anyway, so basically he teaches a class over at San Francisco U. And it's called Aliens in Science and Science Fiction. And he also continues to say, with every strong signal we send out, are advertising the presence of mankind, and you don't want to advertise your presence in a dark forest. In other words, you basically don't know what you're going to get. You can get little, E.T. type of little phone home with a bright little finger, or you can get the Xenomorph from the Alien movie quadrilogy, because there's a bunch of fucking movies and some more coming up. So basically, you get the acid bleeding fucker who wants to kill you and put eggs in your belly. Or you get the guy that wants to run around in a basket in front of your bike and give you the aerial tour. He says you have no clue what's going to happen if you send out a message. So these two factions are starting to draw the line. But who's going to have the power to say when is it all going to stop? Or where should it all continue? Or what kind of messages need to go out? Because I'm sure we're not going to be sending messages that say, here I am, love me, hug me. We have a nice blue planet. Come over and take a jump in our wonderful lakes and oceans. And while you're here, check out the latest movie on the Avengers. It's a fantastic discussion. What side do you fall on? Do you think that sending out messages will eventually be detrimental for mankind? Would it cause us to eventually be extinct much faster than what science says we will? Or are we going to get an answer back or come across just by listening to those aliens that are happy-go-lucky? They go around smoking space weed. It's a hard call. I frankly, listen, this is Manny Moonraker's opinion. You guys do whatever you want with it, but I got to give it because that's what I do. I say send out the damn message. I mean, it's okay if you label the message, hey, we're from Earth. We're cool. We're just shouting out to people. Come check us out if you want, but if you get crazy, we'll fuck you up. We'll drop a nuke on you, you bitches. Don't fuck with us. We just want to say hello. We're friendly, but we will start some shit. And I just want to put a disclaimer there that chances are whoever answers is going to fuck us up. But, hey, it's all in the name of science, If Christopher Columbus did not go out into the ocean with his ships, where the fuck would America be? You have to continue to explore in order to grow. And listening is not enough. You must engage what you're trying to discover in some way. Right? You've got to do it. And listening, it just is not going to do it. And you know what? I think that intelligent civilizations out there are listening. That's what they do. We're probably not transmitting the way they pick it up, or we're not transmitting shit that's reasonable. Or that tells them that we really are a good, deep space partner to have in their corner, because we like to kill our own people. We have a lot of hatred. We have a lot of racism. And we like blowing each other up. So they're like, maybe they need a couple more centuries to see what happens. But I think we should definitely really support Medi and what they're doing and send messages out. Now, the message, I don't know what the fuck they're sending, but it sure does seem to be a topic for more exploration. I thank you for listening. Manny Moonraker here. I'm checking out. I think this is another paradigm shift for us, if you really think about it, because science is finally stepping up, and they're grabbing themselves by the cojones. For those of you who don't know, those are the nads, and saying, hey, we need to be heard. We want to talk to aliens, and that shit is real. Now fuck off.